Hi, this is Matthias from John Cipollone's. I wanted to go over some features of the Infinity Thermostat, how to use this thermostat. It is a very easy thermostat to use. It may look a little difficult, but it's very, very easy once you understand it. It is a plain touchscreen thermostat. It gets connected to a Carrier system. We're going to go over some Wi-Fi setup, how to work the schedule, how to override the schedule temporarily, how to put your cost for energy in, so you actually figure out how much your heating system and cooling system is costing you. Very, very, very unique feature on this thermostat, and just some other simple things that will help you get comfortable in your house and save energy. So when you're at your thermostat, this is the main screen without touching anything. It tells you your temperature outside. It tells you your weather if it's hooked on the Wi-Fi itself. This is our indoor temperature. We got the date. We also have the time. If you hit the screen anywhere, you get to the main menu itself. There's a couple things on here. This is your indoor temperature. This is your set temperature. If you wanted to turn the heating or cooling on, you're going to hit mode. And here are your options, depending on what you want to turn on. Right now, we're on cool. If you want to turn your heat on, you can turn your heat on. If you want to turn your fan only on, you can do that. So I'm going to do everything on cooling mode, as this is a just cooling thermostat. Here is the indoor temperature. Here is my set temperature, so it's 79. This thermostat is not going to bring the cooling on. If I wanted to override the schedule, I'm on a schedule on this thermostat. If I wanted to override it, I'm just going to hit menu down, and here is my cooling. Now it's 73. Cooling should be on. If I wanted to do heating, I'm just going to press heat and go through the same motions. Okay. You have different options here. You can hit back to get back to your main screen, and you also have a menu button itself. This is where some of these unique features come in. To be able to program this thermostat, you have to use two items. You have to use comfort profile as well as schedule itself. The way I like to think of it is comfort profile relates to my temperature, to the humidity level. Schedule is like a calendar. That's where you set your times. So we're going to go through comfort profiles first. I'm going to select temperature and fan profiles. Here are your periods, your home period. So that's usually when somebody's home, away when you're away. Wake is when you wake up. You can have you can set for heating. For instance, you can set your heating lower when you're sleeping, and you can set it, and then you can raise the temperature when you're awake. That's what the wake is for. And here's where you do the sleep. So we're going to select the home. If you want the fan to circulate constantly, you can do that. These will be different. You may just have on and off depending on what system you have. Mine has 3 different ones, so you just select your fan here. You select your temperature here for heating, and you select your temperature here for cooling. All right. Once you're done with that, you are going to hit save, and you can do your away period. Same thing. You select your heating here. You select your cooling here. If you want to do fan, you can do that here. All right. And then you have a wake period, same idea. All right. You go through these same settings, and you hit save. Once you're satisfied with this, we're going to hit back. If you wanted to set humidity profiles, you can set that here. You have heating and cooling one. Okay. Now we're going to go through now we're going to set the timing for those periods that we just set up. We're going to go, you can do a guided schedule, which will help you walk step by step. I'm just going to hit view and edit schedule. So right now, if you wanted to change the timing, right now we're on Friday. I'm going to select my time here. I can just change it up and down once I'm satisfied with that time. And then I'm going to select what period I want. So we just changed these period in the previous screen. If I wanted to go to an away period, I would just put away there. Okay. But I'm going to change that back to home. And then you just go through the same schedule here. So this thermostat right now at 6:30 a.m. goes to 77 cooling. At 9:15 a.m. it goes to 79. So it's actually set back. The house is going to get warmer. And then at 4 p.m. it goes to 77. At 11 p.m. it goes to 78. So that's how this is set up. If you wanted to change these times, you hit here, you select your time. If you don't want the 4 periods, you can also delete that period. So now we only have 3 periods. So you can have 1 period, you can have 5 periods, you can do whatever you want with this thermostat. If you wanted to add it back in, you're just going to do that, and then select the period that you want. So right now we set Friday. We can copy this day every single day, all day. We can do special days. We can select, hey, I want Friday to be the same, I want Monday to be the same, or I want Wednesday to be the same. You can also set each individual day separately. That is up to you, but this is where it allows you to copy those schedules a little bit easier. Okay, so that's how you do the schedule itself. If you were going on vacation, you can plan your vacation here. You'd basically put your leave whenever you're leaving for vacation. Let's say we're leaving June 13th. We want the cooling to be at 82. We're coming back July 14th. So this is basically saying on June 13th at noon, it's going to go to 82, and on July 14th at 12, it's going to go back to its regular schedule. This thermostat is also a Wi-Fi thermostat, so it allows you to have an app on your phone, so you may not need this feature, but it's there in case you need it. Reminders, this is for your filters and humidifiers and whatever else may be on here. It just gives you a reminder to make sure they're changed. The energy tracking that I was telling you about, if you look at your energy bill, there's going to be 2 separate charges in your energy bill. There's going to be a gas charge and there's going to be an electric charge. There's usually 4 or 5 different charges with each one of those. If you add that up, it's going to spit out a certain amount of money that you pay for your energy bills. You can actually enter that in here. Whatever you pay per kW, you hit save. I think mine's around 18 cents. You hit save, and then you can actually look at your energy bill and see how much you use. So, you can look at monthly usage. My system hasn't been on, so I don't have much. But you can actually compare yearly usages as well. So my yearly cooling cost me $262, and it runs maybe 4 or 5 months a year. So it's a pretty efficient system, as you can see. But this will help you understand your energy bill, and it will help you figure out where you may be wasting some energy or what may be sucking up some energy. And then you can also do daily stuff here. Here's where you set your time and date in case you need to change it. If you're on Wi-Fi, it does all that stuff automatically. To set up the Wi-Fi, you're going to go in here, wireless. You're going to hit enabled, and mine is connected already, but if this is not connected, this would be disconnect right here. So I'm sorry, this would say connect right here. So this is where you would go in and you would set up your Wi-Fi. You would find your Wi-Fi name, and then you put your password in. If you wanted to put a background photo on here, you would do photo upload. There's a little USB slot down here. It's either USB, depending on which thermostat you have, it's either USB or micro SD card. You can put a background picture on here. If you wanted to lock the screen, you can hit lock the screen, then put a code in. And if you're hooked on the Wi-Fi, this will actually give you a 5-day weather forecast as well. So if you happen to get up and you wanted to view the weather, you can do that right here. That's about the features of the Infinity Thermostat.